Welcome to Turf Talk, Bring Chrome Home Edition. Vance, he came home, and now the question is Chromie your homie?
Chrome's not quite my homie, but
No.
I'll gradually get on that bandwagon. If he wins some more races, we'll see what happens.
Sure. Yeah, I thought it was exciting to have him back. There was definitely a buzz around him racing, certainly on social media. And look, we have a 5-year-old Kentucky Derby winner, Horse of the Year, back at the races. To me, watching it live, I thought it looked good. The raw time, I looked at the last fraction, was like, oh, this could be something. But the Brisnet speed rating, honestly, a pretty lackluster 97. It's hard for me to get too excited after seeing that number.
Yeah, it was totally a function of the slow pace. 24 and change opening quarter, 49. They were just simply crawling in the San Pasqual. And really, when I saw that half-mile fraction posted, I thought there's no way anybody from behind is going to be able to catch up with Cal Chrome, who was really just in the catbird seat behind a real long shot pace setter in that race. So he performed up to my expectations. I didn't really think he was beatable in that spot. Definitely not beatable going 49 and change. And it looked like he wasn't fully cranked for that. So we'll see probably his A game when he moves, when he ships over to Dubai in the coming weeks.
Yep, which brings the next question. It seems like there's always some drama surrounding this horse when he ships overseas. But now the latest is Cone are looking at maybe 2 prep races in Dubai. I'm not in the business of owning or training or doing anything with these horses but betting on them. But adding in another race, and what already seems like a tight window when you're talking about a prep and then the world's richest race, seems like a bit much. I mean, it's not like in America where you have 4 or 5 different tracks with graded stakes that you can fit your schedule to. They're pretty much locked into what is offered at Maidan, and I just don't see how it's possible.
Yeah, that would be really squeezing the lemon dry, I think. And your main goal is the World Cup. It's a $10 million purse at the end of March. You want to get there as fresh as possible. I think just like Curlin did a few years back, one local prep over the surface would be sufficient. And frankly, if he wants another prep, why not keep him here in the United States, where he could probably run for a much richer purse than he could in a prep at Maidan? I know they can go for $250,000, $300,000, but
sure,
why not run in the Don Handicap for $500 if you want to squeeze in 2 races before the World Cup? Let the American racing fans get to see him one more time before he ships overseas.
Yeah, that's a great point. You can, well, and even if, the history of our American horses who have run well in Dubai, you mentioned Curlin, but certainly capable of also winning off the plane. So if you want 2 preps, it does seem like here would be the place to do that, not there. We'll find out, though. Plenty of time, I'm sure, to change minds and see better how the horse comes out and how he looks on the track. But, to me, I love the storylines. I love the drama. He's a Horse of the Year. He has a passionate fan base. Yeah. And hopefully we'll see him run over here in the summer and fall. But for now, it sounds like it's going to be Dubai. And, I want him to win.
Yeah, he's definitely one of the best older horses we have in training now. We'll see the 3-year-olds from last year turning 4 this year. We'll see them a little bit later in the year. But for right now, he's really the star of the division, and it's good to have him back.
All right, shift gears a little bit, end on this note. But you and I sort of quasi-Midwesterners. Cleveland's sort of the eastern tip of the Midwest. You're from Minnesota, so has its own regional things going on. But Oaklawn Park, also really not in the Midwest. But when I think back to, sort of the glory days of racing, the circuit that existed between our parts of the country with Oaklawn, Axarben, Arlington, Washington Park, even further back, pretty much decimated now, but Oaklawn has remained, and to me, one of the few tracks left where opening day, still a really big deal.
Absolutely. Oaklawn is kind of in that same mold as Saratoga and Del Mar, and I consider it's 55 days long, the meet is typically, but I consider it now that's kind of a boutique meet under my definition.
Especially with the way Santa Anita and Gulfstream have gone.
Yeah, they've gone to almost virtually year-round racing, 9 months out of the year. Oaklawn is very special. It's a short meet, only lasts 3 months long. The purses are just astronomical due to their instant racing, and so it's a very American race course. They don't have grass racing down there. The climate just doesn't permit them to have turf racing. So it's an old-fashioned American racing. It's top quality, and I look forward to it every year.
Yeah, absolutely. And obviously they have benefited from expanded gaming. To me, they're the prototype of what good can come from it. They kept their meat the way it was, didn't overextend it. And you look at the horses they've attracted in this century, and it's pretty much a who's who of the best who have ever run. In the 21st century. They would have had Ghost Sapper, but he got hurt and went straight to the Met Mile. But, absent him, Curlin, Zenyatta, Rachel Alexander, Havre de Grace, horses of the year, champions, American Pharaoh last year. Truly an exceptional race meet, and I'm with you. I look forward to it every year.
Yeah, and add to that list even, you had Fleet Alex and Smarty Jones earlier in the century. The Rebel, the Arkansas Derby have been really made almost the biggest Kentucky Derby preps out there.
Yeah, and they're running out of names to use for their stakes races. They renamed the prep for the Apple Blossom after Azeri.
Yeah.
Fairgrounds beat him to the punch with the Rachel Alexandra, but she raced at Oaklawn. Terry Wallace called her one of the best fillies to ever race there. Zenyatta, of course, without her name. Now there's American Pharaoh, so it'll be interesting to see what direction they go in. But they open this Friday, and it'll be a lot of fun to watch along on the blog.
Yep, I can't wait.
All right, well, next week when we'll be back, they'll be running on a Monday. It'll be a holiday Monday, so might touch on some of the races there, including the Smarty Jones. And looking forward to that, and enjoy Oaklawn.
Thanks.